Hey, wow, welcome back to CEO 2022 here in Daytona, Florida at the Ocean Center. Welcome. We are here. We've entered the Capcom Fighting Collection section of this stream. I am Admiral Funk, joined here by Juicy.
Hello, hello.
How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm so excited. Like, it's not every day you get to see Puzzle Fighter and stuff like this.
Right.
So, I mean, wear my bias right on me, but this is going to be exciting as hell.
I did my best to hide the gray, but yo, the old man in me is appreciating a Puzzle Fighter tournament. I haven't seen Red Earth because, you know, it was only released in Japan, but we are going into top 4. Okay. All right, so I'm pulling up the bracket here. We're leading off, of course, with the Puzzle Fighter. You can hear that music going. Very nostalgic. So this has been a single elimination bracket, which means it is tense. Juicy could tell you. He entered and had to play a homie round 1. But we actually have a nice top 4 for you here. Oz, representing Puzzle Wednesday, just like you here, versus McToasty. And then we're going to have on the other side Critical Effect and Uncle Moton in our semifinal matches. I think we have a button check that's in progress, but I think it's been a wonderful day. Like, honestly, all the action that's been going on the multiple streams that we have here at CEO. This is the, I think this is the niche stream at the moment, but it is absolutely going to be exciting. So get ready for some action here. There's going to be a lot of quick thinking, some Twitch movement, and hopefully some clutch saves. We get the right destroyer gems at the right time. We'll see something magical.
No, like, so really most of the strategy of this, unless you're like actually doing 6 or 7 chains, is just to kind of push the limit of how much you can tank and then send back. Because if you have 2 spots open, you get a rainbow gem. Nah, that's it. That's it. Push the limits, see how much you can live for, and, you know, a little bit of praying.
Yeah. I mean, with the just the garbage at play, like trying to navigate that, the nerves are going to be really important. And this game just came out yesterday.
Wow, that's
so
wild.
please check your console's game store. Pick up this game, join the community. They have net play available, and there's some representation of games that didn't quite make it over to here, like Red Earth.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So it's an awesome opportunity to play some games that were either overlooked or a little too dusty to play on your current consoles, because backwards compatibility is a myth.
Okay. So they paused for a second, but like I'm really curious about McToasty's choice because Akuma is a character that looks good on paper. He has a pattern that's just like hard diagonals, but kind of like, you know, standard Akuma, he actually takes significantly more damage than the rest of the cast and hits lighter. So if they're in a situation where like they're doing attacks at the same time or any sort of trade, you have to hit significantly harder as Akuma to even have a chance of winning.
We got McToasty opting for the first attack. Not a really big chain, but that bonus is useful, and you don't want it to get used on something that's a much larger, dangerous chain.
Yeah.
So it's a good start
but
to
like,
preempt.
his real strategy, he should be attacking when Oz just doesn't have a move. Anytime there's a contest, nah, it's not going to happen. If he's put on the back foot, this game actually has a mechanic where the defending attacker hits for a little bit less. I think it's around 10%.
Okay.
So, really, if you're not kind of controlling the match and going full aggro like you would in Akuma in other games,
I mean,
it can be
as
a
you're
little ill-advised.
Right. And as you're explaining the mechanic there, like Akuma's health meant that he was in danger off of just 3 plays. I don't think Oz made any massive chain, but just that little bit of damage meant so much more to him. So into round number 2. These are 2 rounds to a game. 2 games to a set, right?
Yeah, when we did the finish round, it was just first 2 sets. So
Okay.
No, like I would have a heart attack if this was just first 2 rounds. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Because, like, I love this game. It is very volatile.
Yes.
And it can be kind of hard to play with intent, like things with Rainbow Gem, where suddenly you have all 1 color gone. If you want to play with intent like Oz, who's very much a Puyo player and likes big chains, that can go right out the window. I mean, he still did it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. That was amazing. But if you want to play in the long term, that's just hard.
Yeah, it looked like a bailout there, right? Because he had the red gem on an island, and then fortunately got it in the next up, and was allowed to get that big chain and end the round. So we got a character change. Akuma not really the choice.
I mean, Devilot's just the same, but backwards. So
I think at this point, like, Garbage didn't really play a role in that first game at all, especially for McToasty. Like, he had one early chain, and then Oz just pummeled him before he was able to get something built up.
Like, Oz is absolutely throwing kill levels of damage around. You're not going to poke him to death. You need to win, or you die.
And the play speed is super different between these two players. You see Oz just building to the outside. Right, the sides are really where you want to keep all your garbage.
Just keep column 4 empty if you can help it. As long as you don't top out in the P spawn area, you can tank damage on basically any other column. So a lot of higher level play is basically chaining with left wall or keeping one of them really vertical to just defend and break all your garbage.
All right, some nice play here. Oz is hanging on, though. Has a lot of set gems right near the countdown. So those numbers on the blocks are counting down to dropped pieces. So you have a set number of turns before they become the colored gem that they represent. So having a trigger in the middle of it is really useful because you don't have to think about it. It's already set.
Yeah, no, like it's just tucking away, cooking a grenade for later.
So 3 unanswered rounds from Oz. Oz is dominating pretty early, and it has to really be just the speed at which things are getting set up for Oz. McToasty's spending a lot of time thinking and not really doing. And while that can, playing without thinking can get you backed into a corner, the garbage will put you in an even worse one. You'll get put in a hole instead of the corner.
No, absolutely. But like this game rewards just good tempo. If you're playing fast, you can paper over a lot of cracks because even if you're making like maybe the builds you don't want, you're going to have more resources. Like, honestly, it's kind of analogous to building meter. If you have more resources to attack with at a given moment, you can afford to be a little bit sloppy with it.
And again, getting buried here.
He has a way out.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, opportunity.
Rainbow gem on red. That's... I want to say that's probably the smartest choice in that situation. Because he has a down stack into blue cluster, and it shouldn't take too much to get down to bottom board.
A little bit of cutting here, but Oz had a large chain and undid all the work that Toasty was trying to get done.
No, just like going aggro is kind of the point of this.
That's why they added that fast drop to Tetris. Like anything that speeds up the gameplay and gets your train out of the station.
There's versions of this game with a hard drop in it, and this is actually the first time the arcade board has been re-released, like, period.
Really?
And I'm going to throw a mild hot take out there.
Okay.
Hard drop really, really messes with the flow and balance of this game. Like, to the point where characters almost don't matter.
Oh, so it disrupts the tier list pretty heavily. That's...
It also kind of, like, disrupts the need to chain or defend. So, your mileage may vary, but, like, I know the Dreamcast version had that. I know HD Remix does. But a lot of the community that's still around tends to play the vanilla arcade board. So, the fact that this is getting, like, rollback and spectating is big.
Yeah. I foresee, online scenes like Puzzle Wednesday, which you manage, starting to introduce that into the rotation. Like it's ready to go at this point.
Hey, there's a guy. There's two of them.
It's it's crazy that
we totally didn't like sweep most of this. No.
So Oz, Critical Effect, and Uncle Moton are all Tampa local players. So Florida once again defends itself in CEO. It is a story told again and again. You see Hotashi getting wins in Strive. You see like MBD and other players getting wins in Ultimate. Florida loves to defend their house. And you see that current just runs. Critical effects popping off. Very happy to be there. And I mean, you worked hard for it. Single in bracket, you make it to top 4.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You never look back. And you don't feel bad about the losses you handed out. They have to hold that tight to their chest.
Here's the thing we're going to start to see in play, and it's actually a little bit of a glitch that's kind of central to how people play the game now.
Uh-huh.
But, so in regular intended play, the rainbow gem, when you set that, or the diamond, that's going to reduce, it's going to clear all of one color beneath it.
Right.
But it reduces the overall total to about 70% of what you would have to do or get from that.
Oh,
However,
so the payoff is less.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Depending on your board position, if you 180 rotate it, in the code it actually considers it the next piece, so it erases the damage nerf, and you can get like massive gains off of just every 25th turn. You can spend all of one color and just throw it at your opponent. Button check territory.
Okay. No problem. Getting the hands loose. Are they going to both stick with Ken? I hear Ken is an extremely strong character.
It's very, very... They would play different characters if it was maybe double Elim, but frankly, Ken's just kind of the best.
Right.
There's characters that may have better damage patterns, but for the returns that he gets, he has none of the like drawbacks of Akuma or Devilot that a lot of people just consider the true game to be Ken versus Ken. There's pockets of Donovan players, but
I've seen that before,
those are the two that you see, and that's it.
So the challenge, like the patterns are how you drop garbage when you get a chain going. And the strength to Ken is that all of his layer on top of each other. So you get a single option to get through to the next layer of garbage. And that's so hindering that it makes him an amazing character to play.
Pretty much. Like, it's not the most oppressive, but for basically 0 cost, it's not smart not to pick him.
I was about to say, we picked Senko? I love Senko, but...
I mean, bold. We love to see representation.
She really gets the short end of the stick so often.
Yeah.
Worst character in Marvel.
Honestly,
I do like her in Gem Fighter, though. I think she's pretty fun to
she's
play
fantastic in Gem Fighter. That's in this collection, too, and I'm super looking forward to that.
You hold Donkey Ho, and it just insta-stuns. It's like, okay, thank you. I like it. Or is it Senpu, the toss? Move names.
I'm not even going to try.
No problem.
I know I'm getting it wrong.
That's fine. We're into the action. Ken on Ken.
Okay. So, as we can see on Crit's side, the biggest thing is he's playing tank the hit. Build's got by the sides. There's a lot of discarded crash gems that are going to likely chain after a rainbow gem. And whatever hits he's going to take, he's going to survive because you only get killed in column 4. So if you keep that as bottom to the floor, you can tank technically like up to 80 damage. Because it just doesn't roll over, so it's not 80 all in the open spots, it's 80 across the entire play field there.
And there's the rainbow gem playing up for critical effect. We saw it work. Now that the timer went down, big break on red into yellow, 3 chain. This is going to be tough to survive. Can Moton do it?
Yeah, I see it. Reds actually will turn to a cluster at the end of, oh, nope, kind of broke. But that's only like 1 good clear down. Gets it.
Nice. Gets the ready needed.
And mid-board, good green follow-up. And yeah, I'd say he's doing pretty all right. They're probably going to be just doing slight tug-of-wars until the next rainbow gem spawns in.
And you touched on it earlier, Juicy, that every 25th turn is when the rainbow gem happens. So you can really keep it on a timer mentally. And then it's all you can do to survive and not making it easy.
Pretty much.
Make sure you can end the round from Uncle Moton. Getting first blood in the set. Winning Summons. Single elimination bracket. Everything rides on everything here.
Like, I feel the stress for both of them. Okay, so Moton plays a bit bolder. He's willing to do some column 4 stacking in the name of like bigger chains or forms, but not really getting a lot of crash gems on any of these draws, so we're going to need to see a pivot here.
Nice perfect timing on that red trigger.
Crit can tank more, but like his move list is a little bit more limited, I want to say. There's a green on his right, and that can hit for about maybe a quarter if he's lucky. Moton, if he can just get down a green structure there, or even blues and reds, like he will rubber band this to hell and back. Ooh, don't like that. Don't like that at all.
At least I already got out with that green.
Yeah, this
was an early crush, and that's going to make it hard to get out of.
Yellows are actually pretty good here.
Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah.
But he's not like in any less danger than he just was. And that's kind of the problem. The greens clustered together so that don't break apart from that point. So column 4 and 5 is in a bad. Oh, nope, never mind, never mind.
Working on it.
Rainbow Gem.
Moton's digging. Critical effect is still just, you know, steady peppering, getting attacks where he can, and just keeping the center clear. Like you said, sticking to his game plan. I think we're going to be here for a little bit. This round is going well for both of them. And Ultimate Volcan almost fully cleared his screen.
Well, this game does kind of have an anti-stalling measure. Like, first having Puyo, but it has what's called margin time. So the longer a round goes on, it actually will ramp up the speed and the damage multiplier. It looks, just from like standard falling animation, that we've hit at least the first run of that. So it basically will up your handicap over the course of a single round. One of them's going to win by decision for like just a babby poke now. Because that
might be it.
That should not have hit that hard. Moton seems really confused at this down stack.
Yeah, Moton's really limited on triggers too. So what's he gonna do with this gem? Goes for green.
Yeah. Okay.
It's about a third away from, you know, what was built up, but still on the ropes. Meanwhile, critical effect looks pretty relaxed. the field's kind of going his way at the moment.
Yeah. Gosh, it's like what? The third diamond in one round. Ooh, crafty little 4-chain. Yeah, see, this is it. Oh, there's no way that's not just a murder dance. Oh my gosh.
Not quite, but it's set right into the death trap. Much like Puyo, you have that visual indicator where the death is, and was all Crit could do.
Yeah.
Avoid it, but Uncle Moton cementing that first game, going up 1-0. Taking a breather. Don't let the countdown hit 0, right?
No, why would you ever? You lose your spot in the credits.
Right.
Like leaderboard, you know? And that's really what we're here for.
All right, so once again getting built up. The score differential was pretty interesting in that last game. Moton had a pretty staggering lead, but visually it didn't really represent that. It's kind of cool, like watching.
Oh, like the actual pacing. This is just like trading rubber bands back and forth. It's really hard to say who's in the lead until someone stops moving.
Right.
Okay. Moton choosing to full power the reds there. That's not really a lot, though.
One turn away from the big trigger for critical effect. There it goes.
Jeez, okay. Wall kicked it up into right wall there. That's
the double choice. Yellow out. Can you survive?
He can buy time. He can buy time.
Okay, yeah.
Or he can die.
The critical effect strikes back. Gets a round on the board. So you can rest assured that this block won't go with unanswered wins. There will be competition, we promise.
Okay. Honestly, this is reading as like a whole lot of nothing other than Moton's green. Almost like 3x4. That could.
Yeah, he's working on making it a problem. But
So one of the ways that damage is measured in this is the if you have a dimensionally perfect square or rectangle, that's not quite a multiplier, but gosh dang close. So even like completing a square 2x2 is significantly more than like the same amount of resources just strewn across. Which is why you have the visual indicator, like, oh, they clump together and can't be removed. So,
but they also have the risk of being an obstruction to your
field.
Yeah,
exactly. Okay, okay.
There we go. We're up to 1-1. Preparing for the final game here. Is Critical Effect playing on a snack dog?
Yeah.
Nice.
Now I got that like a month ago. He's been super happy with it.
For puzzle games, I think having like the button inputs is a strength. It's actually really cool to have.
I will say there's like 2 cabinets of this over in Baileyland, and it feels pretty nice on actual hardware though.
Might have to slide in. Baileyland is 24 hours. If you're watching from your hotel room, make sure you mosey back down to the center when all things are done. The arcade machines, the bring your own console, it's all happening here. We're in the mix, just waiting for it to really pop off.
All right, I think, I was going to say it looked like Moton's playing defense, but like at least his structure building is choosing violence a lot more than anything else. Yeah, okay. Crit managed to destroy left wall, but like if that was left unanswered, that would have been it.
Pretty solid recovery. Hanging on. Oh, nice. Swapped it. Didn't want to trigger green. Switched to blue.
Okay. If Moton just lives through this, like red down stack into blue crash gem here is actually going to at least give him some board real estate and like a good way to clear up room while also attacking. Green structure on his board is really good too. Like that's so much of the risk of this game. If you're not like ending your opponent, you're just giving them resources.
Yeah, because they can plan around those time gems. Already talked about it. And you can see Britt has a few buried, just waiting to detonate.
The blue crash. Oh no, I was gonna say it's gonna complicate, but no, it's just open in now.
Yeah, long as daylight to the red. So that's gonna be an interesting path. Moton's gem didn't really change too much. Did that?
No,
no answer.
He didn't do much with it.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's bad. Well, still hanging in. He's not reacting like me. At least.
Look, he's a cool customer. I don't think he really reacts to anything.
There.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
They're both playing with fire.
Yeah,
here.
this is
The
just bad
is
time
so
for
rough
everyone.
Safety. For the timing. Yeah. There wasn't enough given the critical effect. He was only lacking in privilege, not skill.
Yeah, no, like that was just an absolute die last situation. Absolutely bloodied across the floor, just hoping that the other person gives out.
Gem building. We got a large yellow on the left. It's kind of mirrored a bit on Crit's right. At the bottom has a yellow foundation.
Really getting some anxiety for Uncle Moton building column 4 so much. You know, I could have sworn that Moton knew the diamond trick, but he's just not doing it, and that would help him a lot. Because he's just not hitting as hard as he really could afford to.
You know, looks like kind of being pressed. Has the you know, the advantage of being around up. But if Brick can really crank it up, this can be turned around pretty easily.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I like if we get the reds here, and Moton has a green. And, oh my
Big
gosh,
break.
RNG is a friend.
Wow.
Like, absolutely handpicked. Here you go. I want you to win this round. Or at least get back in the game.
And those kinds of actions, like, makes it really hard to talk about the temperature of the match because it's so volatile.
No, like, I feel like this game is really kind with its top board RNG. Like, it will just give you at least something. It's like, nah, buddy, just make the right move and you can make it back down. I believe in you. So here's the biggest weak spot in Ken's sort of thing is because it's single lines, if he's hitting just babby attacks, you're setting like lines of red.
Right.
And you'll notice like Moton just got that entire mid-board red structure just from accepting little jabs here and there. So as long as you're hitting medium, well, usually you'll be pretty all right. But also he died, so what do I know?
And now, final round, final game, single elim. Ha, my blood pressure. And the game plan hasn't changed for either. They're sticking to their guns each round, and there's no real discrediting that. It's gotten to them right here.
Mm-hmm.
In this set, like regardless of how it got to the point in the bracket, but the final round, I would expect no change because you got an equal amount of wins so far in the set. Big yellow break.
Oh, that is not good.
That's where the big gems hurt you. These gems are not water. If you have a big gem out, it kind of acts as an umbrella and makes it harder to accept damage.
I don't see how Moton's getting out of this. He's just kind of trying. Okay, yellow's into red. Oh,
baby red.
He's kind of being handed the right stuff again. He's really being handed the right stuff again. Wow.
Really spoon fed everything he needs to the green, and that's critical effect starting formation right now. Moton really got helped out.
Okay, actually, once that counters, Moton's going to chain down. Only two. I thought the blue wasn't conflicted, but it still isn't bad. He's just going to need to survive a handful of turns here.
And these are all nuisance hits from critical effect. Just trying to stifle the progress. But Moton's still fighting.
Moton's also not really like building up off of what he's been given. There's like a lot of resources, but only we got a cluster at center board now, and Crit's just pressing buttons.
And that's it, the pop-off from critical effect as he clutches the 2-1 victory over Uncle Moton and advances to the grand finals.
You can't really blame him because like we've done weeklies of this game for a long time, and myself and him are like his personal bracket demons. So this is the run for him, making it all the way to grands.
I really was. No problem. That's fine. We all stay hydrated. Remember to drink your water, kids. But after our nail biter set, critical effect finishes it and joins Oz in grand finals. So very quickly, I mean, these matches, it's a little quiet to start from the commentary's perspective, but these are still fast matches. Like it's a dream. We got a 16-player bracket, kind of impromptu to try and make sure that we represent the game that just came out. And I know from personal experience of like the challenge of running a week 1 bracket, but this game is old enough that you have prior knowledge to fall back on.
Well, like, okay. The last time that Puzzle Fighter got a re-release was HD Remix, and that was like 2009 because it was coincided with like the fighting game boom with Street Fighter 4 alongside HD Remix for Super Turbo. That's at least a decade plus. So,
Yeah.
you know.
It's about time to get some love again.
The muscles are a little bit rusty, but you got to capitalize on opportunities when they happen.
And, I mean, speaking of two that capitalize, we got Oz on the stage already, getting ready, getting the controller synced up. I think Critical Effect is taking a breath, that pop off after such
Just
a tense set.
leaves.
You need a moment. Yeah. He said, we got grand finals tomorrow, right? No, no, sir. Please, please. Have you been watching any of the streams lately? Yeah.
So like we're still outside of debate land most of the time. I caught a good chunk of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, and they were. I don't know a ton about that game, but I know my gimmicks that I love, and there's like a Phoenix Wright tier gimmick character in Junpei Iori.
Yes.
I love the baseball thing. I love
meter.
the like you have to do
The
this
run
weird
count.
string of perfect play to just turn from a okay character into God.
Yep. They get some new canceled after maxing out.
No, like that's just absolutely my appeal.
I've been stationed in the main hall, so I've been right across from the streams all the way down from Panda Cup on one end to Data and Juicy on the other. But I've been running side brackets in the Land Cruiser, so in the back of the main event hall.
It's true.
We have a Red Bull truck, and we were just been running free events, giving out merch and stuff, and they said, hey, you like old Capcom games, don't you? I was like, you bet I do. And I said, we have a job for you, and here I am. Very excited to be here once again. You know, this is the first Daytona since COVID. Every other CEO event's been back at the Wyndham.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
So it's nice being in
2019,
the-
right?
Yes. 2019, where we had Fighter Fest. One of the first pay-per-views for AEW. I think it's fitting I'm wearing their shirt. But always love the wrestling motif. Top 8's in the arena once again. People
Oh
are
my
getting
gosh,
entrances.
yeah, that's cool. So
Well, not for every game, but for the ones that do, it's pageantry. It's amazing.
yep, here we go.
So here's your grand final contest. Critical Effect versus Oz. There is no reset.
Nope. So this is basically a conflict of ideologies. Oz is very much noted a Puyo player first, and he is going to want to play the long technical game, and he's going to want to win by like out-chaining you. The real rub is chains in this game are not really useful until you cross the 5 threshold. It's not multiplier like in Puyo. You get a flat bonus. So like the first 2 links are, I think, 8 or 10. And then suddenly once you get around link 4 or 5, it's like half board per hit. But again, in a game where your damage is technically material, oh my gosh, Oz is very lucky off of that rainbow gem. Once that converts, that's gonna hurt.
Big combo at the
But yeah, like he's gonna have to cross a threshold with RNG that can kind of be unkind since you can't set forms off without a completely unique type of piece. And if he doesn't get it, he's just not gonna be able to do that. So his win condition is very precarious than just going Unga, press button, hold down, make block.
But there you go. The meticulous play comes out. Prior planning. All setups from Oz Big Chains to close that round out. I think this is still going to be the same length. I don't think we're doing a 3 out of 5 for the final, to my knowledge. I'm going to go ahead and check.
I I have no idea myself.
Yeah, the bracket wasn't shared with even the players. I was walking around asking. I was like, hey, did you guys see the bracket? They were like, yeah, not really.
I saw it.
Oh, well.
No, honestly, a lot of it was kind of a question mark. Okay, Oz being one of the first groups to really show off full power there, but you only spent it on yellows. Green form is going to chain in here. And, okay, it's not a terrible hit. Biggest thing is, yeah, I was going to say it's basically a free counter for hit. Crit.
Problems.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Got the dig to get at least a little bit of breathing room away from the death trigger.
It's not great, though. Love it.
A big pop off from the crowd. They love it. We love it.
But yeah, honestly, Crit's greatest skill that I'm seeing in play here is just when he has advantage, he presses it. Like, oh, you're at top board? I got nothing to lose. I'm going to spend every bit I have until you are not moving anymore. Oh, I like this for Oz. Choosing to extend.
One turn.
Okay. See, that is the execution that he wants. A Rainbow Gem's going to ruin it, though. Okay, going with yellows might not have been the play there.
There's still a little bit of opportunity there, but Oz is continuing to attack. But that's just deflecting. Still had the incoming. It wasn't enough to get rid of what was coming their way.
Oz needs to just make moves.
Oh, not gonna
like
have a lot of space
wowzers,
to do
buddy.
it.
Just make moves. Okay.
Okay.
Timer counted down, and we're back in it.
Got a few extra grains in the hourglass.
This is manageable. He's fine. Oz is fine. They're both very fine right now.
They're both having a great time. They're they're alive, right?
Their life
that's
decisions
something.
are certainly not catching back up to them. Never punished. Okay. Oh, full powers the greens. Yeah, that is going to be it.
Ripple effect. Needing that big sip.
I forget, like, this game has really mean win quotes. Yeah. Everyone's just like, you're absolute trash. Get out of here.
You go back to that dumpster you crawled out of. Like, what? Sakura.
Like, between that and, like, Pocket Fighter also did that trend where it's just like, why are you even here? It's like, man, like, late 90s Capcom was a little strange with their localizations there.
I kind of like it.
So, only mildest side tangent, but like Dan has one of the weirdest ones.
The full red?
Yeah, I mean, beyond just being the joke character, he has like, if I'm quoting it right, it's I'll make you cry like I did when my dad died. I'm like, oh, wow!
That is a self-reflective burn.
It's just, someone thought that was a good idea.
That's the type of joke that makes you nervous. I was like, yeah, it had a punch.
It's there. I think the other one is like, I'm the best, but don't tell Sagat. Which, you know, at least more appropriate. Oz getting really good resources. Greens in column 4, though, are going to be a liability until he can clear them. He's getting good damage. Like, that's going to convert great. And he's a little healthier. But again, like, Crit's just doing basically tank and send. I'm going to stuff my sides up because you can't touch that. And if you hit me, I at least have some navigating room. You're not going to kill him with a poke. You have to commit to like full damage, even if you don't technically need all of it. But on the flip side, Crit's hitting really, really light. So you notice like Oz is almost only getting reds and greens. That's gonna bite him if this goes on like that for too much longer.
Right. And something we didn't really elaborate on for the drop patterns is they start the same every time. Whenever you do an attack, like Ken's pattern is red bottom. So if you do a light attack, it's only going to be reds every time you do it. So you want to make sure you get a big chain to add the whole set of Fruit Loops to it.
Pretty much. Okay, and Oz sending that in column 3. That's going to convert in 3 turns, and it's going to be big. There we go. Chaining column 4 a little bit, so he's a little bit of breathing room. Greens are going to make the down stack a little bit awkward. And never mind, he's actually kind of in Crit's usual starting position. Column 4 is looking healthy, and he doesn't have a ton of like conjoined resources. But it's getting late enough in the round, they're probably going to start hitting harder with less anyway.
Nice. Figured it was about time to get rid of that big gem.
Extending in center. Oh, Crit had a really good idea, but just hit at the wrong time. Oz has that. Like, that was high 60s off of a rainbow gem.
To get anything useful there on that ending. In round 2, Oz is 1 round away from taking it, being your Puzzle Fighter 2 champ. But critical effect is not out of this yet.
Oh, no. Honestly, if he is going to take this, though, like, he's doing what I kind of was already going to project. Like, if you're going to discard solely to your sides, make sure you got at least 1 big hit. And we're doing a 2x2 red. So no matter how hard Oz hits, it's going to be there. And he can just access it. And it's like, no you.
Nice.
Just like that.
Damage.
Only thing, Oz played slow enough to get Diamond second, which, yeah, this kind of turns into tug of war. Damage doesn't stick around long. Okay. I like Oz's position a lot more out of the 2, honestly. If he can just get the red, ooh, this could be it.
Still a little bit more time.
Yeah. Flip side, though, like, Crit's tempo is slowed a lot. Even if he's technically alive and making moves, Oz is still playing faster. Green's looking really good there. And Rainbow Gem, gonna full power it. Looking like blue. Okay, only accepted 14 there. It's still high up, but, like, I like what he has available if he can just live through this.
Cannons. Pushback pretty heavy here.
Okay, and we just need to clear through the blues, and that... Oh my gosh. Just need a red, and Oz can very much close this out.
They're not answering the prayers.
No. 27.
Oh no, it closed the door!
Oh, no.
Crit.
If he kept the green facing downward, he could have still lived and had like 3 more turns. Nothing saying that would have kept Oz alive and in it. But, you know, even 1 more extra turn in this game can change everything.
Critical effect, securing a crucial round, a critical moment, if you will.
looking like we extended the gap to 2 wide now, just in case.
Still has a pretty safe red pillar again.
Gonna get a 2-chain poke off Oz. Just doesn't want to accept anything. Choosing to not full power the greens. On one hand, I sort of get it because it's not going to be a hard hit anyway. I wonder if Crit's spending his defense wall a little too early.
Yeah, it cleared a lot of garbage, but it wasn't a, a consequential blow. Like, it's something Oz can really shrug off.
Pretty much. Like, ideally, you'd want to save that till at least you can confirm a little bit of, like, damage multiplier going up. Safe chain down. Honestly, I think this is going to come down to who's going to play Boulder with the mid game. And on one hand, I get it. It's hard to do any extends given Ken being Ken. Oz really weighing his options here. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking he's gonna get rid of greens.
Yeah.
And that's, frankly, that's a good move.
Gem second for critical effect, but there wasn't a lot to really break. So this is trouble. A little bit of digging happening. Meanwhile, Oz is trying to burn the timer on these gems.
Ooh,
nice combo.
Oh. That is what we in the industry call cute.
3 combo from basically nowhere.
Ooh, there's the 4.
Fortunate. Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Chains get a significant boost from Argentine as well, just because like they already hit for pitiful. So if you can just do a lot of baby hits with slightly more damage, suddenly that's enough.
Survive.
Full power red top board, late game. That is kill damage.
Yeah. Crit evens up the score, goes 1-all. Just as a reminder, this is finals in a single in bracket. So you can see Crit really showing a lot more emotion. Oz
is just happy to be here.
I was like, I made it on the main stage. I'm in the center of the main hall playing Puzzle Fighter. Life's good. Life's good. I'm on a beach.
Like, I know this has been advertised, but I had no idea we're actually in main stage for this. Like this. Wow. Beautiful.
It's a come up and a half.
Love it. All right, yep, Oz refusing to budge. Like, we're gonna commit to bigger hits, even if it might be a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, it's for sure treacherous, but Oz somehow finds a way to make it work and extend these games to how they've gotten.
Okay, distinctly is waiting to get like Diamond second. Crit still has a lot of pressure, but again, right defense wall, and this might actually be the hit that it needs to be. Oz very much.
Ooh, can they get around that?
Yeah, no,
okay,
no,
right,
it's fine, it's fine. But good gosh, really pushing what you can get away with here. We're going to need something for Oz to get out of this situation, like basically red or nothing. It's a really strong move if he lands it up here. Oh,
there it is.
And gets a good follow-up. Like, I'm sorry. Something about the RNGs like has to be there in the top four. It's like, no, we know what you need to get out. If you can play smart enough to live it, it's yours.
Red, nice option from critical effect. Sent the garbage to the other side. Now Oz is on the ropes.
He doesn't have anything like, there's one green crash gem in the bottom right there, or like mid right. Nothing's gonna set off on accident and save him. This is just a bad place to be in.
Yeah, this is a kick and scratch survival mode.
Oh,
and the red right behind it. It is definitely, the game's answering prayers, it looks like.
I swear to God, it really does.
Santa's checking the letters to the North Pole right now.
He should have shifted that to the right. Like, again, Crit had really good follow-up. Oz could have bought one more turn, but, like, didn't matter. Crit still sent another line just to be sure.
And now it's Crit, finding himself one win away from ending this all.
Yeah.
Such a turnaround. Was down one game. Was on last round. And has gained the upper hand.
Not quite sure what the name of the game for Oz is here. Yellow structure looking good. Green is. We might have a chain that. I think the red converting in column 2 might be a problem though. Like, I'm eyeballing that. I don't think it actually works.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to happen. Could have.
You know, honestly, it's a good tank. It's a really good hit tank. Crit, basically very unorganized resource-wise. None of that's going to convert into anything that's going to hit harder than like single digits at this point.
So the, if it wasn't clear, the single digits refers to the number in the top right. The names are a little bit blocking it, but it shows you how much you're up against in a moment, as long as you don't break anything. Kind of like Puyo, you can stave it off by continuing to break. But you have to bring it down to 0 or else you're in trouble.
Yeah, Oz consistently getting second hit on these, which I can't disagree with. Positioning and layout of them is just not strong, though.
Yeah, Oz has.
There can be a way out of this.
They're coming together, yeah. I was about to say, it looked awfully scattered, but they're falling into place.
I'm still having like a silent panic attack for him, but okay, never mind. That is good. We got a pretty level mid board. Crit has a pretty good red option if the chance opens up. Just does. Okay, cool, got it.
Can't get the greens to connect, but you know, still mild combo for Crit.
This is
damage, but there's a big red block coming for Oz, which could be a problem.
spent on greens, and the reds convert. That was not as strong as it could have been.
Big 22 from Grid.
Good God, they both have like. It's just like, you know, you're in Subway shoulder to shoulder. And this is absolutely Oz's game.
Yep. Oh, actually gets a little bit of space to drop something, and it opens the door for Oz to go down. I'm sure everyone, just like us, was looking at the left side of the screen. But Crit was stacking up attacks, and Oz had no answer for it. Down to the wire, a big win for Critical Effect, a much-deserved pop-off, and that's your champion, a Puzzle Final Truth here at CEO 2022. Look at the boys celebrate.
No, like, he absolutely earned that.
Yeah. Congrats to the boy, the Puzzle Wednesday shirt. Juicy, how do you feel?
I'm crying a little bit for him. Like, I don't really have any other words for it.
I think you had the friendly fire in round 1 to make it to this point, so you can still
You get a taste for blood, and then you just can never stop.
Oh, but man, congratulations to the top 4. You saw it all happen here. The results are second place, Critical Effect first, Uncle Moton and McToasty in 4th place. Actually sharing 3rd. Yeah, 2/3.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Single
There's a
elim
shared
results are
second? Oh, right.
Yeah, it's not.
It doesn't
settled yet
actually
in
have the
bracket.
formatting for a single limb, does it?
No, I just think that the match hadn't been reported yet. So
okay.
it'll say Critical Effect first, Oz second, McToasty and Uncle Moton sharing 3rd place. I skipped to 4th. I don't know why. You go with the high number. You go where it starts at. And
I don't know how to count.
yeah, I'm special. I have a good time, and I'm just happy to be here. I hope you guys are happy. I hope you guys are enjoying everything that's been going on in Tampa Never Sleeps. We've seen a variety of games so far. We had Strive most of the day today. I was able to see it from the vantage point of the truck in the back of the room. But I was here when Critical Effect conquered us.
Look, that's a moment.
Where were you?
Probably in your living room.
Yeah, but we're going to continue with the Capcom Fighting Collection brackets here with Red Earth. That's going to be the next game coming up. We're going to have another top 4 for you. We're going to swap out Juicy. I'm still going to hang out. And yeah, man, what a day. Day 2.
I've
Some
lost
brackets
track of
finished.
time.
And
It's like day 5 for me.
you know, winners are still being crowned, so stay tuned to CEO.